Hi everyone, welcome. I'm Nigel.
And I'm Adam, and you're listening to
The He's the Voice podcast.
Pressure.
Take the pressure down.
Pressure.
You're the ones trying to understand it. Make a noise and make it clear.
G'day listeners, thanks for joining us on the He's the Voice podcast. Whether you're a long-term John Farnham fan, or someone who's just recently discovered his music, or if you have no idea who it is that we're here to talk about today, welcome one and all. Of course, I'm joined here today by my co-presenter, Adam Stolfo. G'day Adam, how are you going?
really good, mate. I'm always good, and I'm even significantly good when we are talking about Farnham here as well. So, our specialty subject, mate. So,
course.
yeah, of course. Whispering Jack, that's what we're here to talk about. Arguably the most successful album in Australian music history. It's certainly a significant album in our lives as well, Nige. So
Yeah.
why don't we give the listeners a bit of a rundown about, what we're all about?
Sure. Yeah, I was part of the One Voice Farnham fan page on Facebook, and that's where you and I crossed paths.
It was.
And so we got chatting, exchanging a few ideas and giving some feedback in regards to each other's videos on YouTube, etc. And then after some of those discussions, you decided that you would raise a very interesting idea with me.
Oh, you mean the crazy idea, the podcast?
Yeah, so why don't you
Yeah.
actually give some insight as to your thoughts that led you to that?
Well, I have a podcasting background as well. So unlike you, Nige, I sort of came with a little bit of experience in regards to a previous show. It was called Real Chat. It wasn't about music at all. It was about movies. And, the thing about this idea was the simple fact that, I don't know if you've ever done a search before, Nige, to look for whether or not there'd be any interesting Farnham-related material in regards to the podcasting space. I mean,
Yeah.
It's very, very limited. And that was somewhat surprising, I suppose. I mean, we are talking about one of the most significant Australian recording artists of all time.
Yeah.
I think I was very much inspired by a couple of other shows that I found from, mainly international sources and mainly international groups, like whether that be bands or artists, and that were looking in depth at the career achievements of these particular artists and doing some research and finding that, this stuff didn't really exist for John. And why is that the case? And then I said, well, if you're going to do a show about John, what would it include? What would the content be?
I remember that list that you shared
Oh,
with
God.
me early in.
Oh, no.
And the
I was
list...
hoping you'd forgotten about that.
No, I've still got it somewhere. And it was a really detailed list. And what I thought was an interesting take was actually the fact that it started from Sadie.
Yeah, it was in chronological order.
It went quite in depth. And the thing you've openly said numerous times, that your interest of John's career really sits at Whispering Jack and things that have come after that. And
Yeah.
to have this list, there was a stack of stuff in there that actually was not particularly of your knowledge or interest base, The thing that struck me straight away when you were talking about the idea of doing a podcast was, who's going to tune into this? For yourself and for me, yeah, we're huge fans of his. But even we, as devoted fans as we might be, and many people listening to this, I don't know if they're going to hang in for a podcast that's going to spend a season talking about a Sadie album and take 12 seasons to get to Whispering
Here's the
Jack,
thing.
which was my thinking,
Here's the thing, mate. The show was never going to be a dot by dot point of John Farnham's career, because he's achieved so much. And I mean, how many years are we talking about here? This is a career that's lasted over 50 years, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I remember having discussions with you, basically saying, I think the best point to start is Whispering Jack, and it's the most celebrated album for good reason here in Australia.
It's certainly the most revisited, that's for sure. You know, it's like your anniversaries keep on, you know, being celebrated, re-release after re-release. But yeah, Nigel, I think that, like, you know, your somewhat brutal analysis of my original podcast idea was very justified.
And as I've told people as well, you know, that you asked me whether or not I would be part of a podcast, and no, I haven't got time for that.
Who's got time for that?
And here we are.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, but the ideas got flowing, and they started flowing quite easily from that point as well. We started thinking about, like, you know, that, well, maybe if we reached out to some of the amazing people that helped put this incredible album together.
We knew at the time, around November 2021, and back at that time even, John hadn't done an interview for pretty much a decade or more, and we knew that he himself would be very reluctant or just not even open to doing an interview. So one of our things that we set out was, how do you build a podcast around a product and around essentially a person when that person themselves is not involved in what it is that you're creating? And it worked to our advantage in a lot of ways. I think we've got a better result for taking that perspective early in, because with the album Whispering Jack, John's on the front cover and he's the main artist. He's the person identifiable with the name and with the product. But as I've said in the past, there's a lot of people that worked on that album, and there would be upwards of 100 people working on that album. And I don't know if that number itself is specifically correct, but it's a reflection of the fact that it takes a village, you know. There's so many people, their contributions all come together. And what if we actually sit down with these people and get their stories behind their contributions to the Whispering Jack album? So that gave us the basis of what we set out to do. And it's, for one, it's been an amazing experience to be part of that.
It's been an incredible journey, and we're very, very excited right now. It's like, it's really, it really did. It did balloon as well, everybody. It really did.
Very much so. Yeah.
So in regards to the, you know, what we're going to cover as well, Nige, we sort of came up with the idea for this sort of 14 episode structure. We wanted to limit ourselves somewhat, didn't we, Nige? We didn't want it to be ongoing forever. So with the 14, you're like, well, where's this 14 come from? So we definitely want to do an introduction, hence where we are today. We definitely wanted to cover the actual album itself. So a lot of the specifics and things that, like, you know, we wouldn't, you know, that wouldn't really be relevant to the songs themselves. So we've got the 10 songs, right? So we said to ourselves, well, what else do we want to fill that with? So then we've got a particular sort of episode at the end, which focuses on the live space. And by that, Whispering Jack actually had 3 live tours, Nige, as I'm sure you know. So we've actually got an episode devoted to the live space, some unique little bits of discussion regarding those, you know, particular live shows. And then, of course, Nige, why don't you tell the listeners about, you know, that there is a little bit of a secret.
Yeah, so our final episode is a bit of a surprise, and I think we'll keep it that way.
Yeah, definitely a surprise.
Certainly a bit of a treat for...
That's it.
So episode 14, I hope, is something that when we get there, you'll quite enjoy, but we'll keep that as a surprise for down the track.
It's a good idea, mate. Fully on board.
Without further ado, we might as well wrap up. Stay tuned, because we've got a little something for you to listen to. And we look forward to everyone tuning in to episode 2.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Tune in.
Hi, I'm Gaynor Wheatley, and you're listening to He's the Voice podcast.
Hi, I'm Angus Birchall, long-time drummer with the John Farnham Band.
Hi everyone, I'm Nikki Nichols, backing vocalist on Whispering Jack.
Hi everybody, this is Brett Garsed and I'm the guitar player for the John Farnham Band.
Hi everyone, this is Mark Dennison, the sax player from the Brastards.
Hi everyone, I'm Peter Lothian, the trombonist from the Brastards.
Hi everyone, I'm Lindsay Field, backing vocalist and long-time member of the Farnham Band.
Hi everyone, I'm Chong Lim, musical director and keyboardist of the Farnham Band.
Hi, I'm Vanetta Fields, backing vocalist on Whispering Jack and one-time member of the Farnham Band.
Hi everyone, I'm Ross Wilson, co-writer of A Touch of Paradise. Hi, this is David Hirschfelder. I'm the keyboard player on Whispering Jack and worked with John for a long time. Great pleasure.
Hi everyone, this is Sam C., the writer of Reasons.
Hi, I'm Dave Skinner, co-writer of One Step Away.
Hi, this is Chris Thompson, one of the writers of You're the Voice.
Hi, I'm Maggie Ryder, co-writer of You're the Voice.
Hi there, I'm Andy Kunter, another one of the songwriters of You're the Voice.
Hi, I'm Ross Fraser, music producer for Whispering Jack.
Hi everyone, I'm Eric McCusker, the writer of No One Comes Close.
Hi, I'm Bill Harrower, saxophonist on Whispering Jack.
Hi, this is Glenn A. Baker. I'm talking about Whispering Jack and John Farnham, and I'm talking with Adam and Nigel.
And I'm Roger McLaughlin, the bass guitarist on You're the Voice and Touch of Paradise. And you're listening to the He's the Voice podcast. You guys look fabulous, by the way.
Nigel, you should be sitting in my chair and you should be saying this because as your aficionados of Farnham on record, Adam, I could not put it better myself.
I must confess, I've just met two people who are even bigger fans of John Farnham than I am. And I'm a big fan, obviously.
We'll take that at this point.
God bless you.
I love your questions. It's probably like the best questions I've been asked. It's like you haven't asked me anything basic. It's really good.
You know, your questions are insightful. I sort of get the detail and the passion you put into this. It's actually truly the most detailed set of questions I've had, and insightful questions about, you know, what really is under the hood of the emotional, surroundings and atmosphere of the nuances of the day. And it was really a delight. Thank you for giving me the chance to relive it.
Thank you both very much for it. Was a privilege to talk to you. I feel indulged and I hope I answered the questions. It was to the best of my ability and recollection.
You've done an amazing job.
Thanks,
Nigel.
Yeah, thanks, Gaynor.
A pure joy and a pure privilege for us.
Thank you.
Look, really enjoyed the chat. Absolutely loved it, and digging up the past.
Yeah.
Guys, it's been great speaking with enthusiastic, well-researched, passionate presenters. I wish you every continuing success with your podcasts, whether they be solely related to John Farnham or wherever you may venture in it.
Hey, thanks very much for joining us. I'm Nigel.
And I'm Adam.
And you've been listening to the He's the
Voice podcast.
Thanks very much for your company, and we look forward to you joining us again for our next episode.
See you all next time. Cheers.
Bye.
See you around, He's the Voice, guys.